We're MDT, and this is the 1001 albums that you should listen to before you die. And this week we listened to five more records. The first one was Talking Book by Stevie Wonder, which was released in 1972.
It was. It was recorded sometime in the past.
So, okay, 1970. Yes, it was 1972. Now that I've said it, yes.
I was told, oh, you should listen to this because it's a classic. And, I thought, oh, yeah, I'd better be quite cool and buy it. And then I listened to it, and then I was like, oh, fuck, this is brilliant.
Yeah. I do not feel we are worthy of saying this is bad or judging it at all. I think it's perfect.
I can't wait for Steve. 1 out of 5. Absolutely.
Wait! I should point out that we've changed the scoring for this week, right?
Yeah.
It's now 1 to 10.
But this is clearly getting a 10 out of 10.
Absolutely.
There's some right pap on it, though.
You are the superstar. That is not pop. Maybe your baby is not pop. Fuck it.
What are you trying to say, Steve? Are you trying to say that you'd whack this on top of the paps?
You are the sunshine of my life. Oh, it's all right. It's a bit cheesy. The bit where I think it gets really good is about the middle when it gets "You Got It Bad Girl." I like that one, and obviously Superstition's brilliant.
He wrote Superstition for Jeff Beck. Did we know that?
No.
Whoever was producing the album at the time said, "Nah, fuck it, whack it on yours," and that's how it ended up on Talking Book.
Whoa. Fuck.
Have that.
Jeff Beck, you dick.
But I wasn't like a massive fan of the rest of it, to be honest.
It's a grower.
It probably is, and I only listened to it twice. It is nice.
So I bought this in a box with Inner Visions and Fulfilling His First Finality, Flipper. And this was my least favorite of the three. Because I remember listening to, I just listened to Superstition and then listened to Big Brother. But as the years have gone on, every song on this has been released by somebody else as a cover. And then you hear it, you go, oh, that's really good. How do I know that song? Oh, yeah, shit, that was on Talking Book. Then you go back and listen to the Stevie Wonder version, and you realize it's better than the covers. And that's how I got to really like this album.
I got to know Stevie Wonder through I Just Called to Say I Love You.
Oh, bollocks. Jesus.
So I'm coming from the wrong angle.
Do you know what? That must have been the first ever Stevie Wonder song I ever heard then. Has to be.
And it's dire. But that's not on this.
I gave it a 10. I'll give it a 10.
I gave it a 10 as well.
I gave it a 7.
The next one, Outkast, Speakerboxxx, The Love Below.
Yeah, I've listened to this a load because I bought it when it came out on the strength of Hey Ya.
I bought it when it came out as well, Steve. This was Virgin Music on Victoria Street. Absolutely stunned to go in there with like 20 quid and realise that it was a double album and I was going to end up spending most of that.
Was it more expensive because it was a double album?
Yeah, only a couple of quid though.
Arseholes.
But I had earmarked that couple of quid for a McDonald's on the way home.
Oh, got an extra 5 minutes on the end of your life. You wasted it listening to some of the spoken word skits.
I loved this album. Absolutely loved it. But I tell you, one of the things that I did when I first got a mini disc player was cut out all of the shit and made one super long but super fucking amazing version of this album with just the tunes. Well, it was supposed to be two separate albums. There was supposed to be two solo albums.
Yeah. It's
No, I liked it. I did listen to it a lot after, I have to say. The playing on it is really, really cool.
Yeah.
You associate hip hop with samplers and bits and pieces, but this was all good musicianship. So yeah, I really enjoyed it.
You sent a message. You were like, "What the fuck is this?"
Oh yeah,
it was.
You're right. Actually, there was.
It was my favorite things.
Yes, the fucking Sound of Music pile of shit.
With a huge drum and bass backbeat to it.
Yeah, that's cool. I like that.
Yes, please. Yeah, I was all over it.
Yeah, the bass on that is great.
Oh, it's fucking amazing. The last maybe 4 or 5 tracks on the Big Boy one, there's some great stuff on there, but nobody ever bloody listened to it.
By the time you finish it, you're ready to draw your pension.
Yeah. There's one track on there called Flip Flop Rock that is just awesome with Jay-Z on it. It's brilliant.
Okay, so what did we give it as a score?
I gave this a 6. It is good, but it's way too long.
I gave it an 8 because I did enjoy it.
Some of the bits could be cut, like Andrew 3000. When he does his English accent, it's visible.
That's fucking terrible.
Yeah.
That is
Behold, a lady.
I say good day to you, sir.
They
My
do.
favourite track on that was Roses. Roses is fucking brilliant.
I used to wind up my girlfriend at the time singing that one. I know you like to find your shit don't stink. Hey Ya is a fucking tune, though. There's no way
Yeah.
around that. It's brilliant.
So speaking of an album with tunes to an album that I feel doesn't have any.
This
Oh,
is definitely maybe by Oasis. For
oh,
fuck's sake.
definitely not. Absolutely never.
It possibly ruined 1994 and all the subsequent years of the 90s.
I think it ruins music in the UK.
And just the idea that this is a Britpop album is a fucking slap in the face.
Awful. Absolutely fucking awful. I hate
Yeah,
this album. I hated it when it came out. I hate it more now. It's worse than I fucking remembered. It's absolute shit. Not a good thing about it. Nothing.
It
Not-
is.
The
It is.
the vocals sometimes are down the mix, other times they're way out fucking. The playing is awful. Everything shit songs. It's like, you know, people slag off Status Quo for being pub rock. Status Quo had fucking licks. This is shit on the fucking shooting Status Quo.
You fellas fucking done, eh? Yeah?
But it's not so much that it's a bad record, it's just that it was rubbed in your fucking face every day. Everybody who wasn't actually a regular music fan suddenly got into music because of this album.
But that's the thing. It's like, it's
Yeah.
not musical. It's
No, not
really
very.
unimpressive.
Go on, go ahead,
like-
Drew.
So-
You're itching to put a good word in.
I absolutely hated Oasis as a younger man because I was in a band with an absolute fucktard who used to rub this in your face 24 hours a day. You know, like when you almost want to like something, but you can't because there's that guy and you'll never be able to admit to
Yes.
that guy. I can never have a conversation with you about music because you are just an Oasis fan. You're not a music fan. They're essentially your football team. Like, no matter how shit they are, you will never ever give up the fact that they are rubbish. Now, this was the first time I'd listened to it since then, and I've got to admit, I didn't mind it.
Oh. You know Lou Reed? He has an album called Metal Machine Music. I think you should give that a go. You might like that.
Live Forever, I thought, that's alright.
I will say, if somebody else recorded that and played it, there might be something in it. But Rock and Roll Star is God. Oh,
That's not the greatest. But hold on, who said Up in the Sky was awful? I thought that was alright.
you up in the sky. Oh, that's shit.
One of the first things I learned to play on a guitar was Cigarettes and Alcohol because it was fucking easy.
Because it was T-Rex. The only song I thought that wasn't completely awful was Columbia.
No, Slide Away.
That's a fucking REM song.
I will admit, I think there have been periods in my life where I've listened to this and thought it was all right. I thought Wonderwall was on this, but it's not. Wonderwall was a decent song.
It's not. You thought it was at the time, but that fucking that's awful.
The producer put tape delays on the drums because they were so fucking awful to give it a bit of a groove to it. And he had to put the bass player's track through a mini moog because of all the bum notes on it. Fellas, this might be my favourite one yet. No, it doesn't quite beat Haircut 100.
It's not so much about the album, it's about the fucking shit that it spawned.
And it's
The attitude, and this was like, this brought in the era of laddism.
Oh, fucking Helen of Troy job. I think it's clear I gave it a 1.
1 out of 10.
Have I not conveyed how shit I think this is? I've been saying it for fucking ever since I first heard rap.
Fucking hell.
I thought it was shite too. So I gave it a 1.
Out of 10, I gave it a 6. The New York Dolls by the New York Dolls from 1973.
Yeah.
The first track is cool. It's like, yeah. No.
But do you know what I put though? I think I know who the Hives were inspired by now.
I could hear the Sex Pistols in this. I could hear the Kings of Leon in this. I could hear the Ramones in it. But not only that, you could hear the Stones in it as well. Like, it is really part of the whole chain. Oh, this is a great album. It's fucking great crack.
The songs are not particularly strong by and large. It's the attitude that comes across. You get the vibe of actually being there watching them. That song Frankenstein is great. And as you said, the first track, Personality Crisis.
I like Vietnamese Baby because it had like a really strange chord structure to it, and I thought, are they just going to repeat this over and over again? And they didn't. I was like, yeah, great. They actually went into a little bit of a solo and stuff. Some of it got a little bit samey. I think the second half of it wasn't as strong as the first half. But those first 4 or 5 tracks I fucking loved.
We have a connection to New York Dolls. We played support to Steve Conti. He was in the New York Dolls.
Most of them are dead now.
David Johansen's still going.
He's the only one of the original lineup that's alive. The original drummer, they came on tour to England because they weren't getting any traction in the US. They all went to this big party and he had like an accidental overdose. To try and bring him back round, they whacked him in a bathtub and just force fed him coffee, and he drowned on the coffee.
Yeah, God.
Fucking hell, I hadn't heard that.
Yeah, fucking 21. Billy Mercier. Bowie references him in the lyrics of Time.
I gave it a 4 out of 5.
I gave it a 6 out of 10.
I gave it a 5 out of 10.
Faith by George Michael.
1987.
Baby!
That first tune's such a banger. Even Limp Bizkit couldn't fuck that up. Loved it.
There's some good stuff on there, really good stuff. I got plenty of time for George. He's cracking.
You know what? I agree. Everyone likes a bit of George. Some even got a bit on Hampstead Heath. Whee.
Did you ever see where he crashed his car into the corner of Snappy Snaps? He had a big dent in the corner of the shop, and somebody wrote beside it, "Wham."
He liked a jazz cigarette, did George. Quite a lot of drugs.
Yeah, he liked having the crack.
He came and sang at the opening of the Olympics, 2012. 1 billion people tuning in to watch. Did he play all of his big hits? Did he fuck? He just played like 3 or 4 brand new songs no one had ever heard.
Good stuff. One song I really liked in it was Hand to Mouth, but I couldn't stop singing Arse to Mouth. Monkey was fucking brilliant.
Don't look back, there's a monkey on your back. I mean, it's very Michael Jackson level pop. Really catchy tunes. The only note I wrote is there's some proper lounge pop on there. He does put some twaddle in every once in a while.
It did way better in America than it did here.
Yeah, the one after it, he wouldn't tour.
Even Faith didn't get to #1 here. Was kept off the top spot by the Bee Gees. You win again.
The video for Faith, he's playing that acoustic guitar. Does he actually play the guitar? What does he play? Is he a pianist?
Yeah, he plays bass on 2 of the tracks on this album. I know that.
I can't remember the story now.
If it was just a rumour, we shouldn't probably include it because it might just be a careless whisper.
Or give it one more try. Go on. I had faith in you, Drew.
Oh.
I gave this one a 6.
I gave it a 4 out of 5.
So you gave it an 8 out of 10 then, Mog?
Yeah.
I gave it an 8 out of 10 as well.
So that means that this week the winning album was Talking Book.